Today we're canning some cranberry sauce, and this is my first time making cranberry sauce from scratch. So what I'm doing here is getting them in a bowl, and we're going to get these washed up. And I saved one of the bags because it has the recipe in the back of that bag. I try to compare it to the Ball Blue Book, but I decided to go with the recipe that's on the back of the cranberry bag. I'm currently going through and checking to see if any berries are bad. Believe it or not, I only found one bad one. This was a pretty good batch. It's made by Ocean Spray, so they're pretty good. I never really had a bad batch. Getting these berries washed up in the sink. I poured a little white vinegar in the bowl and soaked them. I soaked them for at least about 15 minutes. I'm still checking to see if I have any bad berries, and I'm continuing to agitate them to make sure that I get all the dirt off of them, but they weren't dirty really, but still I have to wash them. All right, we getting ready for our rinse. And our strainer just to pour off that vinegar wash that I created, and to wash them off and rinse out the bowl and things, get them ready for this process. I'm so excited about these, you guys. Like I said, I love cranberry sauce even outside of Thanksgiving, and the prices of everything is just going up, and a little can of cranberry sauce is over $2, so it was cheaper for me to make it from scratch. Right here I was showing you after I rinsed everything off and got it situated, I poured them into a pot. Showing you the recipe on the back that I followed by, but I doubled it because I used 2 bags of cranberries. And I was using the measuring cup to make sure that I was getting 3 cups per bag. And it's 3 cups per bag because I was doubling the recipe. So I had to have 6 cups instead of 3 cups. At this point, I was like, just pour it in. It wasn't many left over, but it was exactly 3 cups per bag. And it doesn't require a lot of water because of that. We're going to boil them until the berries bust. And that the unique thing about cranberries is that it creates its own pectin. So it's going to gel up. And I love that it's only like 3 ingredients: the berries, water, and sugar. Well, mine is. I have seen somewhere that they add cinnamon, orange juice, but this is a simple one. I'm using a food miller here. And a food mill comes in handy. And I used it because of that. I did not want the strings, and I did not want whole berries. However, you don't have to do this. And even if you don't have a food mill, I have seen people use a strainer. And I'm just getting those berries in this food mill, just getting everything in there that I possibly can and getting rid of all those strings. All right, so after I ran everything through the food mill, we put the mixture back on the stove, and this is where I add the sugar. We add the sugar until the sugar melts and that it reaches a little slight boil. And once that it starts boiling and I cannot stir the boil down, that's whenever we know that we created, or well, that it will set basically. All right, so you can see the texture of it now. It's kind of thick there. And I'm just stirring, making sure that all the sugar is dissolved. And I'm going in to test to see if it was set, and it will, because that line stays separate. All right, so I'm trying to fully adjust myself here. It was kind of hard with the angle of the camera. I was trying to get everything the way that you guys could see what I was doing. Just trying to work it out, you guys. And I'm working with something that is extremely hot and that I'm not trying to spill on myself because of it will really, really burn me up. This is hot syrup, you may as well say at this point. All right, so we're going to do a half inch, no, not a half inch, an inch headspace. And these are half pint jars. Make sure that you use wide mouth if you plan on slicing. If you don't slice your cranberry sauce, I guess it wouldn't matter, but I do. But make sure that you use the wide mouth. That way that you can easily access your cranberry sauce. All right, so I'm debubbling, making sure that we don't have any air bubbles in our mixture. And and that's just a chopstick. It's nothing fancy. And I wipe my rims off with white vinegar. We're working with something sticky. Anything that's sticky and greasy, I make sure that I use white vinegar to wipe my rims. It's kind of ensuring that it's clean. And my lids is behind me in bands. Fingertip tight because of we're going to water bath these. These do not need to be pressure canned because this is a high acid food. We're going to process these for 15 minutes far as our boiling. All right, so I'm going to use my electric canner for the inside of the house instead of me going outside and using the big canner because this is a small batch of, food. It's no need to use all that. And I'm setting the timer for 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't know why it jumped to 30 something, but 15 minutes water bath canning. And that is the end result. And I got 5.